Plush review time. As you guys know from my post, I said we got some plushies. And the company that makes these plushies is one of my personal favorite companies, but their stuff is expensive as hell. So if they want to give me a shout out, you know, your boy, let's get some unboxing done. And there you have it, the Withereds and Shadow Freddy, made by the company of Xmart Global. Now I'm going to do a plush review, so I'm going to cut these into sections, but I gotta say, I love the Xmart Global plushies. Personally, I think this makes some of like the best plushies, you know, like similar to Funkos, so they can pass off as them, but they're all really, really good, and they all look really nice. And like, these ones, they always have embroidery, which is always nice and good for features. Just like how Funko used to just do print on, these are embroidery, and it's really nice. And you must be wondering why I only have Shadow Freddy. Well, it's because I already have the Golden Freddy one, so like I had no reason. I got the Golden Freddy one in like Christmas last year. All I wanted was really the Shadow Freddy one, because I have plans for this one. I am gonna say this now. I do really like Xmart Global. Their stuff is amazing. They make some of the most like high quality plushies. I think I said that already, but really, they should have gotten their license way quicker. I don't know if they have it right now. They should have gotten it a long time ago. They should have been making plushies a long time ago, because like these are so high quality, and like my personal opinion, way better than Jazzwares. These aren't just some bootlegs. Like these are 100% not bootlegs. Like a bootleg would be low quality. These are high quality. So like Xmart Global, if y'all want to collab, you know how to find me. Instagram, you know. Anyways, let's get to the plush review. To start off this plush review, we're gonna go with Shadow Freddy. Now, one of the main things I do have to point out is the neck proportions. This is amazing because, as you can see, there's a difference between the two. We have the very like withered version, like the Golden Freddy version, and I do like that they make two different ones, so it's up to your preference. I like the detail of wires. Those are some nice details. I do like that on Golden Freddy's, the eyes are empty. Those are nice. And like on Shadow Freddy's, there is dots on like the broken withered version. That is an amazing detail between the two, which I think is amazing, because that is what Shadow Freddy is. Shadow Freddy of like Golden Freddy is like a soul version of Golden Freddy. So I would like to point that out, and I like to say that's amazing. That's awesome. Shadow Freddy here and Golden Freddy look amazing. Their bags are pretty basic. You got the tag, you know, you got two broken parts, which I'd like to say there's not a single piece of print on this plush. On the recent Funko ones, or like the most recent ones that they made, you're 100%, 90%, you're gonna find print on it, and you're less likely to find like embroidery. On Xmart plushies, there's always embroidery. Embroidery is like a great way to add detail. It doesn't matter, like it's good to add detail because it takes away, like, look, you can tell the difference completely, and you can feel, which is so nice. You can see the eyebrows have embroidery, the eyes a little, and I think that's one of the best things that Xmart does. Embroidery is important because like it adds detail. Unlike the print is nice too, but there's a difference. Like you would know a difference whether the feel or the look, how it looks better and how it looks like worse. The one thing that I criticize is the arm links. It looks funny, but I get that, you know, you're not gonna use the arms, but I still like it to be, you know, somewhat even. But I get like, you know, the neck part. This is gonna throw off the arm length a little. The body's a little wide. I get that, you know. It's supposed to fit the head, and it does, but it's like a little wide. Overall, for this plush, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. This one, 8 out of 10, you know, both 8 out of 10s, because they're both really nice. Secondly, we got Freddy Fazbear. So, really, it's Withered Freddy, but look at this plush. Like, take a second, look at it, alright? Look at the, like, detail. You know, I'm gonna keep saying detail, because that's the whole point of this. I like that the eye here is broken, and this one isn't. But it would be cool if we can see both eyes with this eye only. That would be a cool detail. It should just have like, you know, like the Fnaf one where they like where they're like angry, you know, like when they're fighting, so it's just both pitch black and there's like one white dot. That would be really cool if they made one of those. That would be really nice, and actually, like, I would get that. Arm proportions are pretty decently okay. This one's going up a little, which I think is a little weird. But then again, look, there's wires coming out of him, which are nice details. You have your embroidery, you know? Like, this is your basic plush. It's nice. It's really good. And, like, you can't go wrong with this, alright? You can't go wrong with plush like this. For the overall, I'm probably going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like, you can't go wrong with getting one of these. Like, this Freddy one's amazing. The one that I'm most excited about, Withered Bonnie, because this is, like, for the longest time ever, this is my favorite character. And you have to look at the attention to detail, bro. Look at this. Like, come on. I will say this right now, that this plush, probably going to be like the 10 out of 10 plush. You can see the endoskeleton. You can see all the wires, the arm, the wires right here, the broken leg parts. It's amazing, man. I will say they could have used like a darker fabric, maybe a little bit of a darker blue. It's a little light. It looks more of like a maybe Toy Bonnie kind of blue, honestly, or maybe like, you know, normal Bonnie blue. But like, this is probably my favorite one out of the 5 or 4, I guess, but it's honestly the best one. I give it a 10, obviously. Now we have Withered Chica. Now this one I might be a little bit critical on. Like I've said, you know, it's really nice. You know, you have embroidery, like wires here. You have, you know, the wires on the arms, so they're nice. I think the arms are a little too big, but you know what? I think it's good this way, because if they were too short, it probably would have been mad too. You have her bib, which is nice. You have the broken leg parts. And you have your top too. I don't like that they put the tag up here, and that was annoying. But I can't... The issue is I can't put my finger on it. There's something wrong with this plushie. Even with, you know, the top piece on. Something feels off about this plushie. I don't know, like, something doesn't feel right. Alright, I don't know how to point it out, but something's like bothering me. Maybe the face is too wide. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It looks a little silly to me, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's still really good. I still like it a lot. You know, the feet are amazing, you know. Everything about it is awesome. Just something feels odd about it. Finally, we have Withered Foxy. Obviously, you know, Withered Foxy is really nice. But I gotta say this also with Foxy, something feels off about him. Maybe it's the eyes, because there's like no room there. But like, I don't know, something's off about him too. He looks silly. He looks funny. But if we're going with detail here, he does look amazing on this embroidery. I like that. I like this, you know. Issue is when they put the packaging on, they put his hook, so like, where it was bending back like this, and now his hook is like messed up. I also want to make the point that Xmart, you gave me these amazing bags that zip, and I'm not going to throw away because they look really nice. But for some reason, with the Foxy plush, you gave me this one. And like, why did you give me zipper ones for all these ones? But you gave me a normal plastic one with this, like, sticky part for Foxy. Like, did it kill you to give me 5 of these, huh? Would it kill you too? I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I'm just saying, like, would it have killed you? She just gave me, like, 5 zippers. But, yeah, for some reason, he feels, like, the most stiff for some reason. Like, I think they put too much cotton in him. I like his ear, though. I like this ear. It's just his face. Something about his face looks funny. I can't put my finger on it. It's just something with his face that makes him look silly. Like, his face might be too big or too wide, too long. Don't get me wrong, it's a very high quality plushie. Like, amazing. But it just feels wrong. It feels like something's off. It's still really nice. 7 out of 10. Now that's a plush review for the Withereds and Golden and Shadow Freddy. Overall, Xmart Global, you guys are amazing plush makers, you know. Your stuff is expensive as hell. I get why you put so much like detail on yours, but shipping costs so much. But they're really nice, and I like them a lot. I hope you guys can make really more, and like, I saw your recent ones. They're really nice. They look awesome. But you know, maybe I'll just like, you know, put these in another video because I want to mess around with them and I want to make some use out of them. This is the only video for the week, and I'll see you guys next week.